Hi, my name is Simon Paul. I'm CEO of First Property Invest. I'm sat today with Derek, one of my colleagues, and we're going to try and just introduce some of the reasons why we are different to other property training companies up and down the UK, because we're actually a property supplier and we do training free of charge. Derek, you've got some questions that you want to just share with us, if you don't mind, what people have asked you on the telephone when you've been speaking to people.
Okay, great, thanks. Well, Simon, I'd like to ask a question that a lot of our investors and potential investors ask, and that is, why are we different and what are the services that we offer?
Well, I believe we're different in the fact that I personally have been investing for 23 years, and we are, myself and my cousin Marco Robinson, are building a portfolio. We've got our own goals in mind, and we approach builders direct and certain other developers who want to offload developments, or for whatever reason, or receivers, and we have access to quite a few banks and receivers and so on, and liquidators who can get us discounts for properties, and we have to commit to buy large volumes, maybe 12 or 18 apartments or houses in one go. And we can't always do that ourselves. We don't always have the cash flow. You know, we currently manage a property portfolio of just over £10 million, which is not too bad for two young lads, northern lads from Derbyshire, who are only like 46. So we kind of we work with other people, so they will share the discounts with us. So say for example we commit to buy a block of 18, we'll probably maybe keep 4 or 6 of those for ourselves, and the other 12 we need to buy those as well. So our investors will work with us and get them. Is that plain enough English? Is that making enough sense?
That sounds great. Yeah. Okay. Another question people often ask as well is, people get excited with all these TV programs, don't they? With what's on all the time about buying houses, homes under the bar, etc. And they want to do it on their own.
Okay.
And I presume because you've been doing it for so long, you've got an idea of how it is and what it's like to start off on your own, and also why you want people to get out of that mode, really.
Yeah, well, I started doing that myself when I was 23, and there was no such thing as a buy-to-let mortgage at the time, and there's no such thing as those TV programs are definitely not around. People were more into Coronation Street and EastEnders, or I think Brookside was actually still on, if you remember that program, Brookside. And I can tell you a story about that another time as well, but that's another story. So, to cut a long story short, if you buy a property on your own, first of all you're on your own, so you're doing it completely on your own. You're not working with like-minded people, which is something we've forged over the last 4 years. We've got a lot of, everyone together is kind of like-minded, which we're quite, as you know, we're quite picky who we work with. We only want to work with people who have got the same mindset, and that's really important. For example, we want people who want to become property professionals, and that might mean to them earning, say, £3,000 or £4,000 a month so they can retire. But in the background, they've got a property portfolio generating them money, so they're free to do what they want to do. Marco, for example, loves right now to travel. He travels far too much, as far as I'm concerned. He recently travelled on first class, which is cool. But and that's his thing right now. I'm personally I love to buy and acquire good property at the right price, if you work with Marco and I, we're not exactly the same. So that's the yin and yang works okay there. But the second thing is you're working with guys who are doing all the homework for you, which by the way I would expect everybody to go and do their own due diligence as well, right? But you're working with us, and we're actually buying property. Unlike when you buy somewhere, a house, which is maybe you buy it at auction, let's say for £100,000, and you spend £15,000 on it, and it takes you 6 months to do it. You're working full time, you're working at night times, or doing it at weekends. If you work it out, you might make £10,000 or something like that. And then people don't realise that if it's a house as well, sometimes it might take 2 or 3 months to get rented out, in which time I've had in the past houses, boilers stolen, radiators stolen, lead taken off the roofs, fired, had all this malarkey. So this is exactly the kind of stuff we don't want going on, and we don't want it going on for our investors either. We're very, very careful. And one thing we offer now with every one of our developments is a 5-year guarantee. So as soon as somebody has something with us, they don't have to worry about the rental. It's all insured. Everything's done. The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and they don't have to worry about that. Does that kind of answer that question?
That's great. That's good. Yeah. And then what about raising finances? That seems to be a lot of problem
For clients, you mean?
Yeah.
There are various options to raise finance. I mean, the key thing is we offer if somebody's retired, for example, or they're not working, in fact, or they've been made redundant, we offer non-status mortgages, where we've got a special arrangement going on there so you don't have to, you could just be made bankrupt one day before to get rid of a lot of debts, and that happens to people, but you can have a non-status mortgage. So I think that's also another unique selling point there.
Great.
I think that will do for now, and I think what we need to sort of tell people is we've got a couple to sort of look at some of the emails we're sending out to people and give us a ring. And if you're after buying 1 or 2 houses, probably not really for us right now. We're looking for people who are a little bit more thinking ahead, 3 to 5, or more maybe sit back and think what you want to earn, then give us a ring and we will help construct the path. And we'll work with you so you can build your portfolios, which are hands up, hands free, no messing around, no getting dirty yourself, but you're focusing on that's the end goal.
Great.
All right?
That's fantastic, yeah.
Thanks for listening.